Should I buy a small private one-bedroom or a three-room HDB flat? Is this a question on your mind when you have a limited budget or looking for a small size unit? You may want to settle for a three-room HDB flat instead of a private one-bedroom because it's cheaper and bigger. Am I right? Today, let's explore this topic deeper. Hello, my name is Belle Tan. At the end of this session, I hope you have a better idea which choice to go for. For the simplicity of this discussion, let's define a one-bedder as a unit less than 500 square feet, or some would call it a shoebox unit. Such small units started appearing in 2007-2008 and have gained popularity over the years due to its lower quantum. Looking at a 10-year horizon, most of the one-bedder are concentrated in the RCR and OCR regions. Over this 10 years period, the price of one-bedder in these two regions combined has increased by 16%. You may think 16% is not a big deal. Then let's take a look at how three-room flat performed. Over the same 10-year period, the average three-room flat has increased by a mere 7%. Do note that the one-bedder is generally on the uptrend, whereas the three-room flat is the opposite. Except from 2020 onwards, when the COVID pandemic started and we saw HDB prices rise to levels they've never had before. So, if we can go back in time, which would you have bought? To help you with the thought process, let's look at some examples in specific locations and at absolute values. Let's say in 2014, you are deciding between a one-bedder in the Panorama in Ang Mo Kio Avenue 2, newly launched at that time, and a three-room HDB flat at Block 174, 37 years old flat, next to Panorama. The one-bedder is a cozy 431 square feet and costs about 577k, whereas the three-bedroom flat is 646 square feet at 287k. Which will you go for? Most people will think it's a no-brainer and will go for the three-room flat. It's bigger and much cheaper. So fast forward 8 years, let's see how both performed. The one-bedder in Panorama is sold at 790k, reaping a good profit of 212k. The three-room flat is sold for 345k at a profit of 58k. This example shows paying a higher price for a private, smaller unit may not be a bad idea after all. However, we are comparing a new unit to one with decaying lease. Can age of the unit be the reason for its profitability? So now let's look at another example where both are more comparable in age. La Fiesta, one-bedder launched in 2013 in Sengkang versus Block 210 Compassvale Lane, three-room flat, lease started 2013. The one-bedder in La Fiesta profited 70k after 7 years, whereas the three-room flat makes a profit of 90k. So, in this case, you would think the three-room flat makes slightly more profit than the one-bedder. So does it mean the age of a property does make a difference? Does this make you more inclined to buy the three-room flat here? As both properties are relatively new and still have the potential to grow, how can we tell which is a better choice to go for? If we recap the price trends we saw earlier, you will remember the price of one-bedder is gradual and generally upwards, whereas the trend of the three-bedroom can fluctuate pretty drastically and generally down over the 10-year period. Looking at these trends, which do you think is a safer option? Other than the age of the property, what else can make a difference in its profitability? If we look at the one-bedder in Panorama in Ang Mo Kio versus the one-bedder in La Fiesta, Sengkang, we see that the one-bedder in Ang Mo Kio makes 212k, much more profitable than in Sengkang 58k. So, does location contribute to the difference? If we drill further, the big difference can be explained by the supply of one-bedder in different estates. In Ang Mo Kio, firstly, there are already not as many condos as in Sengkang. Secondly, out of all the condos, only Panorama has one-bedder. Thus, the supply of one-bedder is very scarce in Ang Mo Kio. In a 10-year period, there are only 144 transactions of one-bedder in Ang Mo Kio compared to almost 800 transactions in Sengkang. Can you see the disparity? Then, how about 3-room flat in the two estates? We see that the 3-room flat in Ang Mo Kio profited 58k, whereas in Sengkang it profited 90k. This is the opposite phenomena from the one-bedder. What can we attribute this to? It could be the age of the flats. But we can also compare the supply of 3-room flats in Ang Mo Kio versus Sengkang. Ang Mo Kio is a mature estate that consists of various flat types for different family needs for the past 40 years, whereas 25-year-old Sengkang is a younger estate that consists mainly 4 and 5-room flats. In the same 10-year period, we see almost 5,200 transactions of 3-room flat in Ang Mo Kio compared to only 930 transactions in Sengkang. The above are just two factors that can contribute to the profitability of a property: age and supply. There are in fact many other factors which we won't be able to discuss today. Different phenomena can be seen in different locations. If we understand what are the influencing factors, we will be able to maneuver better in the real estate market. So when buying a property, there's actually a lot of data and research behind that we can tap on to make an informed and safe decision. I hope the above gives you some useful perspective and help you in your decision-making process. Otherwise, if you have further clarification, you can contact me, Belle Tan, for a private discussion. See you in the next episode.